guys? Welcome back to the SUPES channel. My name is Matt Ramos, and on this channel I am to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, from the looks of it, you guys can see SUPES Studios is sauced up. We're ready to go. I am moving to LA next week, and I have everything packed up and ready to go. So that's why the setup is just completely destroyed. But today we're here to talk about Loki episode 3. Loki episode 3 dropped today on Disney Plus, and if you haven't seen the episode, make sure to go check it out before continuing the rest of this video, because we're gonna get deep into spoilers, talk about a major reveal in this episode where pretty much the main villain of the show was revealed. So we're going to talk about all of that awesome stuff, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification on my channel to get notified when these videos come out. Now without further ado, let's dive deep into Loki episode 3. So on the surface level, I think this was an episode that many casual fans would have watched and considered it a filler. They wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, because the major reveals in this episode happened in the minor moments. There wasn't any like crazy action sequences. There wasn't anything crazy that happened that was just like jaw-dropping, but the big reveals, the jaw-dropping ones, happened in like the smallest moments, and that's what I really loved about this episode. On top of the fact that we got to meet Sylvie, who's also known as Lady Loki. She's a Loki variant, and getting to meet more of her and seeing her dynamic with Loki, which was so chaotic, and it was such an awesome thing to watch. The episode ends with Loki and Sylvie stuck on this planet called Lamentis, and the planet is set to be destroyed in a matter of seconds. And that's how the episode ends, and it was an awesome cliffhanger, and it gets me so excited to see how they're gonna get out of it next episode. But I think the way they get out of this, just off rip, is I think Mobius is gonna open up a portal, and Mobius is gonna be the one to save them. And that perfectly sets up a major confrontation, because now Loki knows that the TVA aren't telling the truth. The TVA have been lying to Mobius and everyone else that works for them, because it was revealed in this episode. Sylvie told Loki that the people who work for the TVA had lives before. They were regular people on Earth. They led normal lives, and then the TVA took them in, brainwashed them, and now these people that work at the TVA think that they were created just to work for the TVA when in reality they had lives before all of this. The TVA took them from their past lives. So right here, I think this confirms the main villains of the show, which is the TVA. I think once Mobius finds this out, he's gonna join the fight with Loki and Sylvie to take down the TVA. And guess what? I'm saying it now, and I'm not saying it again, guys. Until we see the Timekeepers, we cannot confirm if they're real, honestly, because I think, again, because the show chose Ravonna Renslayer to be the only person who's at the head of the TVA, the only person who speaks with the Timekeepers, the fact that no one else has ever seen the Timekeepers besides her, tells me something major. It tells me that, again, there's more gravity and weight to her character and her role in the show. And again, in the comics, Ravonna has zero connection to the TVA. So the fact that they chose to integrate her in the show the way they did tells me that someone else, someone bigger is involved within all of this. And his name is Kang the Conqueror! My theory is that Kang is behind the entire TVA and Ravonna is in contact with him, but because no one else at the TVA has contacted the Timekeepers, who might not even be real, I don't even think they're real yet. Again, until we see them, they're not real to me. And that's how it is with everyone else who works at the TVA, because they've never seen the Timekeepers either. They're just these mythical beings that have been talked about that run the TVA, yet no one's ever seen them besides Ravonna Renslayer. And guess what? I don't think she can be trusted the same way the rest of the TVA can be trusted. And because the people who work at the TVA were once just normal people, this is why Mobius is obsessed with jet skis, with old sodas, with things from the 90s, because Mobius lived his past life in the 90s. That's where he's from. And the connection, his interests, his passions that he has, and things like, again, the jet skis, the sodas, everything from the 90s, that comes from the memories of his past life. And the reason I think Mobius is going to be the one to save Sylvie and Loki at the beginning of the next episode is because Mobius is the only other person at the TVA that knows that Loki's hide in the midst of natural disasters. Remember, in episode 2, Loki and Mobius work together to crack down that mystery. And that's where the Loki variants hide. They hide in the midst of natural disasters because the timeline is destroyed and nothing is affected. So, because Mobius is the only other person at the TVA that knows that, I think he's going to pull up to Lamentis using one of the portals, and I think that's how he's going to be able to save Loki and Sylvie, and then they are going to tell him the truth behind the TVA, and things are going to ramp up like never before. And guess what? Tom Hiddleston, what did Tom Hiddleston tell us? Tom Hiddleston did tell us that after episode 4, the show really ramps up, and I think that's going to be one of the things that gets addressed in the next episode. And I'm excited to see how everything just steamrolls into the next, because once Mobius finds out and the other people that work at the TVA find out, who knows how they're gonna react. And we're gonna have like a little group of people going up against the Time Variance Authority, and it's gonna be one hell of a ride. So overall, I really enjoyed this episode. Nothing really crazy went on the surface level, but the big things happened in the minor moments, and I love that. So guys, looking forward to next episode. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification on my channel to get notified when these videos come out, when I go live to host the watch parties for these episodes, because again, I haven't seen the rest of the show. I didn't see episode 3, but I watched it live with you guys on the watch party for episode 3. And now moving forward, I'm going to be watching the rest of the episodes with you guys, going in raw. So I'm giving my raw reaction. You guys, a lot of you guys love my reactions. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification on my channel to get notified when this content comes out. I love you guys 3000. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of Loki episode 3. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.